Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're an educational decision maker, leading a training institute, running a college, or working as a dedicated coach, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating blueprint for bridging a massive gap in the AI era. Technology is moving at absolute breakneck speed, right? But how do we make sure our learners are actually prepared to step up and lead in this totally new world? Let's explore how cultivating what we call human readiness is going to provide a huge strategic advantage, both for your institution and, of course, your students. Okay, so here's our quick roadmap for today. We're going to start with the AI employability shift, followed by adding the missing layer. Then we'll dive into the verifiable readiness badge, outline the exact benefits for training institutes, and wrap up with how to partner with future you today. Let's jump right in. I want to kick things off with this absolutely perfectly phrased quote from our source material. You already teach students how to use technology. Future You helps you demonstrate that they are also developing the human readiness required to use that technology intelligently, responsibly, and effectively. This hits the nail on the head because it validates the incredible work you're already doing. You're already out there delivering top-tier technical and vocational training. But as we'll see in just a moment, there is a critical missing piece that employers are literally begging for right now. Section 1, the AI employability shift. We're looking at a brand new meaning of employability here, because right now, students and fresh grads are standing at this massive crossroads. Artificial intelligence is just completely rewriting the rulebook on what it means to be workforce ready. Picture this stark contrast for a second. On one side, you've got a student learning safely inside the four walls of an institute, absorbing information, passing their tests, everything's predictable. On the other side, you've got that exact same person, maybe a few months later, suddenly tasked with making a real, high-stakes business decision using AI in a corporate pressure cooker. The gap between passing a technical exam and actually navigating those messy, complex, real-world pressures, it's huge. Technical skills might get a learner a seat at the table for sure, but it's their human readiness that determines if they actually succeed once they're sitting there. Think of AI like a rocket ship. It accelerates our technical capabilities at an unprecedented scale. It generates, analyzes, automates, and codes unbelievably fast. But speed without direction? That's pretty useless, right? Employers still desperately need the uniquely human elements, people who can pause, think, judge, adapt, and actually communicate. AI brings the sheer speed and automation, but it is human readiness that provides the purpose, the ethics, and the real-world impact to guide it safely. All right, moving on to Section 2, adding the missing layer. This is all about transforming trained learners into truly trusted professionals. And don't worry, the goal here is absolutely not to throw out your current curriculum. It's to perfectly complement the robust education you're already providing. Institutes and coaches like you already deliver beautifully on the IT training, the certifications, the hard skills. That builds vital capability. But to connect that technical knowledge to actual real-world success, we need this missing layer. We're talking about clarity, adaptability, communication, ethics, and resilience. Those technical certifications get your learners in the door, but this layer of human readiness builds their long-term professional advantage. It literally makes the difference between someone who just knows how to code and someone who acts with integrity, adapts on the fly, and works great with a team. So to put it as simply and directly as possible, the Institute provides the technical capability. Future You adds the human capability. It's a true partnership. It's a powerful enhancement to what you already offer, not a replacement. You keep doing exactly what you do best, and you seamlessly drop in a framework that develops the very human conditions needed to make AI useful and ethical. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Abstract philosophy is great, but in the education world, we need concrete deliverables. That brings us to Section 3, the verifiable readiness badge. We need actual proof of potential. We really have to move past the old paradigm here. For decades, the gold standard has been a traditional, static certificate, right? Just a piece of paper that proves what a student knew on one random Tuesday 3 years ago. But the AI era demands so much more. It demands a continuously evolving, living profile. Employers don't just care about what someone studied in the past, they want to see who they are becoming right now and how quickly they can learn and adapt tomorrow. Enter the Future You badge. This is an authentic, totally secure, and trusted digital identity. It basically serves as a globally recognized passport for students' non-technical competencies. It's actively tracking scores in decision clarity, adaptability, communication, ethics, and collaboration. And because it's QR-enabled, an employer literally anywhere in the world can instantly verify completed assessments, simulations, and real-world projects. It's a dynamic, living record of an individual's actual human readiness. Why does this matter so much to employers? Well, the crucial point is that they see this badge and instantly recognize potential they can trust. It goes way beyond those static certificates to show active, continuous growth. It acts as a massive employability differentiator. Honestly, when a hiring manager sees 10 candidates with the exact same IT certification, the one with verified human readiness is the one who stands out. It's portable, it crosses borders, and it builds immediate credibility through that simple QR verification. It just makes your graduates incredibly competitive. Section 4. Benefits for Training Institutes. Let's get down to brass tacks. What is in it for you? We need to talk about the direct return on investment for the educators, the coaches, and the leaders tuning in today. This framework operates as a complete, unified ecosystem. It goes far, far beyond just giving students a single test. It actually integrates digital learning paths, experiential practice through real-world simulations, evidence-based assessments, and even community collaboration. For your organization, this means tapping into a robust, highly scalable architecture that's packed with AI-enabled insights. You aren't left guessing if your students are improving their soft skills. You finally have the data-driven analytics to prove it. So, by bringing in this human readiness layer, educators and institutes literally win on multiple fronts. First, you're going to see more highly engaged learners across the board because they actually see the real-world value of what they're doing. Second, you get those measurable, data-driven outcomes for non-technical skills, which, let's face it, used to be nearly impossible to track. Third, and this is massive for your bottom line, you'll see noticeably stronger placement rates for your graduates. Employers are hunting for these specific verified skills. Ultimately, it supercharges your reputation. You become known not just as another training center, but as a forward-thinking, AI-ready institution that pumps out future-ready talent. Which brings us nicely to our final point. Section 5. Partner with future you today. Let's talk about starting your pilot. We absolutely love this approach because it's highly practical and designed to be as low friction as humanly possible. As our source material suggests, let's test human readiness alongside one of your existing programs. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to overhaul your entire curriculum overnight. Nobody wants to do that. You just initiate a pilot program, testing this framework in a controlled, completely risk-free environment. You get to see the engagement and the tangible results firsthand, right alongside the technical education you're already successfully delivering. So the next step is super simple. Partner with future you. Initiate a pilot today by reaching out directly on WhatsApp at 9199-540-17780. And I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on. In an era where artificial intelligence is going to automate almost any technical task you can possibly think of, will your students simply be another easily replaced certificate? Or will they be the resilient, adaptable, and totally irreplaceable humans who actually lead the future? The choice really is in the layer you choose to build today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to reach out and get that pilot started.